2, 3, 4, 6. Well, give them another minute. At this point, we do have a quorum, so let's give them another minute.
Sorry, Ed. Everyone's coming in as panelists, so I'm changing it over.
Who is?
Seems like everyone is. So if you're waiting, sorry, I'm moving you guys over as fast as I can. I'm gonna start recording, Ed.
Yep, he just said he was starting.
I've already started it.
Thank you.
Well, at this point, we do have a quorum. So let's call the meeting to order at 4:01. Izzy, would you like to call the roll, please?
Sorry. Deborah Carter,
Here.
Kim Sella, Here.
Aye.
there you are. James Cotter, Ed James,
Here.
Linda Camp,
Here.
Raisha Rollins, Jordan Sanders,
I see her on the. I see her on the screen.
Ben Samuels,
I'm here.
James Neely,
James, he's here.
okay, and Patrick McCullough.
Here.
McCullough.
Patrick McCullough's here.
Perfect.
We have a quorum. All other those in attendance, introduce yourself and your affiliation with the Transportation Commission.
All right, Mr. Chairman, this is Talby Roach. I'm the President and CEO of Bi-State Development. I'm going to pass off to Chuck Stewart. Chuck.
Good afternoon, everybody. Chuck Stewart, Chief Operating Officer, Metro Transit, and I'll pass to Tammy.
Thank you. Good afternoon. This is Tammy Fulbright, the Chief Financial Officer. And I'll pass to Tom.
Hello, everybody. I'm Tom Curran. I'm Executive Vice President of Administration for Bi-State.
And Missy.
Hi, Melissa Webb, Director of Security, Media, and Customer Engagement.
And Patty.
Good afternoon, everybody. Patty Beck, Senior Director of Media and Public Relations at Bi-State Development. I'm filling in for Ted Zimmerman, our VP of Marketing and Communications today.
Thank you.
So hello, everyone. You guys outnumbered.
Good thing we on the phone, right? Okay. Anyone else in attendance?
Hello, everyone. This is Ray Golick, St. Louis County Department of Transportation and Public Works.
I'm Spector, also St. Louis County Department of Transportation and Public Works.
Brad Kelling with St. Louis County Police Department.
Associate County Counselor Portia Britt.
Anyone else in attendance? Okay. At this time, I'd like to approve the minutes from the previous meeting. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes for the February 10th, 2025 meeting?
So moved, Patrick McKelvey.
Second, Linda Camp.
Yeah. All those approved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Motion passed. Motion passed. Reports. Anyone from the St. Louis County offices? County Council? Okay, none. Department of Transportation, Public Works?
I don't believe we have anything new to report.
Okay. Do you have any updates on the 5-year plan, or we still should go out to the website for any updates?
Yeah, things don't move that fast. To be honest, we submitted our federal applications in February. We won't find out, that we definitely got money until like August. So, I mean, we're pretty much just working on the things that are on the list at this point.
Okay. Thank you, sir. St. Louis County Police Department.
Yeah, good afternoon. Not much to report on our end. Crime trends still seem to be going down, which is the way we want them to go. And we have
Okay. Heading in the right direction then, right? Okay, thank you. Move to bi-state.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is Talby Roach, and I'm going to start us off. So we were able to, within our internal process, pass our budget through our own internal board. The next step to that is a presentation to the county executives, and once we get the thumbs up from that, we will be making it to this commission. I suspect that at next month's commission that we will be set. So I think if everybody has that expectation, that's a reasonable expectation to have. Other things have been proceeding. We do have, we'll kind of jump the agenda a bit here as we are moving through different issues with the state of Missouri. We do have some good news to report is that we did get in the proposed legislation, we got the state funding re-put in. You may recall that there was a little bit of a reduction that was proposed by the governor's office that was the legislature has reversed on that on a preliminary basis. It is not passed yet. We are also moving through a difficult issue through SB 77, which would allow guns on transit. We have testified and have worked that piece significantly in Jefferson City, but we do expect that to show up for debate probably this week. And besides that, there's a lot of confusion both in Jefferson City and DC. We're doing our best to wade through that, doing our best to protect the interest of bi-state and of course of the transit community in the bi-state area. And that has been going okay. Although I will say there's a lot of tension and confusion right now. And we're doing our best to wade through that right now. But I'll remind everybody that most of our regular everyday operating really is local money anyway. 94.4% of our budget is locally based. So we're in good shape as far as running trains and buses. On the capital side, it'll be a little bit more difficult, but it is relevant, and we're moving through those discussions with our partners both on the state and federal level right now. So I just want to be kind of proactive with that comment and just let you guys know, as anybody who looks at the news, it's obviously a relevant issue. But operating seems to be going quite well. Chuck Stewart and his team have really done a great job of getting operators, and we are restoring service literally every single week. Seems to get better and better. And also, I'm going to be very proud and looking forward to presenting that budget to this commission at our next meeting. Tammy Fulbright and her team have really done a great job with that as well. So anyway, Mr. Chairman, I'm going to pass on to Chuck Stewart, our Chief Operating Officer. Chuck, could you take it away?
Could I ask one question about this House bill about the weapons on trains? What is the big issues and concerns? I know public issue, but what is the state issues?
Sure. So the state issue, so it's already passed through the House, and now they're working on the Senate bill. It's Senate Bill 77, and that would allow concealed carry weapons on transit, on all transit across the state. Obviously, we think that's a bad idea from a security standpoint. We don't think that guns on transit works very well within our security dynamic, and we've received support in that regards from all three of our police jurisdictions, including St. Louis County, the city of St. Louis, and the sheriff's department in St. Clair County. So it is one of those issues. We do not feel it is a Second Amendment issue at all. This is a unique conveyance, just like if you were to go to a very special place like a baseball game or something like that, or Amtrak, or getting on an airplane. This is a unique circumstance which we think is not suited for the concealed carry authorization in the state of Missouri. I will note that obviously we are, as in bi-state development, is controlled and authorized by a bi-state compact, which requires an act of Congress to change any overall policy initiatives. So even if SB 77 were to pass, unless there is a parallel enabling legislation in Illinois, we cannot act. Okay. So we would have to kind of rely back on the federal law, which does trump state law, and would be very difficult for us to navigate. But we would prefer, just for the legislators in Missouri to understand what the reality of our policy position is. And that policy position is supported by law enforcement in just trying to figure out a way to make a safe transit system. So we do go and have the debate and are happy to talk to any one of the legislators if they want to see what is the security reason for this very special, unique consideration.
Thank you, sir.
Mhm.
Any questions for Mr. Roach? Okay, thank you very much.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. I have a brief presentation. Izzy, are you going to help me with that?
I can do that.
Fantastic.
Give me 1 second.
Mr. Roach has kind of talked about some of these things, the workforce update and our terms of our ridership.
Chuck, you should be able to share your screen.
Oh, I thought you were going to do it for me.
Me? I didn't get anything. Did I?
Oh, yeah, you did. Okay, wait a minute. Let me see. Maybe this one. Share.
Yes, I did. Hold on. I
All
got
right.
it. Sorry. Popped up in my thing. There you go.
Okay, now I've lost. So it's up.
Chuck, we can see your.
You can see my presentation.
Yep. It says
I
work.
can't see it.
What line do you want us to read?
Let me
Mr.
see.
Roach?
What do I need to do here? Stop. Need to stop. Okay. So is the presentation up now?
No, sir.
No.
No. So Izzy, do you have it up?
Yes, I can pull it up. Give me 1 second.
Okay. All right.
I have too many screens up at the
We
same
had
time.
too many things going on at the same time.
Yes, exactly. I'll just blame that. All right.
So yesterday we had a bus rodeo for our team. Something we have every year, competition. Our bus drivers do this course that they operate over, and they get graded on their performance in terms of turns and stops and backing up and all of that kind of stuff. And the winners go to an international rodeo, which is, I think, I think it's in May this year. But anyway, we had an executive group that participated yesterday. It included myself and Tammy and Greg, who was our chief council. And very exciting event, a lot of things going on. So I was reigning champion until yesterday, self-appointed reigning champion until yesterday. And Greg came out and he took the trophy. But it was a very well attended event. It's a great event for our teams. They enjoy it. It's a good team building exercise. So one day, next time we'll make sure we get out invitations. So unfortunately, I won't be there to compete, but it's a great thing to participate in. Driving a bus is a tremendous responsibility, I tell you. Stressful for me, but it was a great thing. So let's get into my report that you have before you, the workforce update. As Talby mentioned, we've been very successful in replenishing our workforce. As you can see, we have 663 active operators at this time. We need 651 for the service that we're currently putting on the streets. That gives us a little extra for those situations when everybody doesn't show up. But again, that was a result of our active programs toward attracting and retaining bus operators. We're okay with Metrolink operators. We're doing fantastically well with Colorado operators. We've probably hired over 100 Colorado operators in the last 6 to 8 months. So things are going well, and our service reflects that. As Talby stated, our ridership is continuing to increase. We've actually got a problem right now that we're dealing with Colorado. Our service has gotten so much better that the demand is increasing. And so we're trying to figure out how we better provide that service going forward to service that increased demand. Next slide, please. Anybody can jump in anytime with questions. We have another service change scheduled for March 17th. We do this quarterly, as you know. Again, we have been focused on the most efficient use of the resources that we have available to it, whether it be manpower or vehicles or whatever, to provide the most efficient and effective service that we can. We are still very much focused on frequency and reliability, and we continue to make improvements in that area. Next slide. A little bit about Colorado. Colorado, we've been reporting, I think it's been about 5, 6, 7 months now, where we've had zero denials in our Colorado service, and our service, our number of trips continues over the 30,000 a month mark. So we have tremendously improved not only our efficiency and our service to our customers, but also the number of trips that we've been able to provide. Next slide. More about Colorado and our phone system. Again, that was one of our problem areas. We have a completely new system. It's working much better. It's working even better in combination with our new Spare software that I'm going to talk a little bit about as well. Again, it's taken a bit for our customers to trust us, that they don't have to, everybody doesn't have to call Friday morning at 7:30 to book their trips for the next week. We are able to provide enough trips. We have become more efficient and effective. Our Spare software is helping us even more to achieve that. I'd like to go to the next slide on Spare. And that was fully launched. We have we put tablets in all of our equipment, all of our vans. We are basically on a real-time basis, changing and rescheduling trips. We know where all our vans are all the time, automatically sorting trips as we go.
Hello, this is Talby Roach from St. Louis, reaching out to Tom Jarrett. Tom just wanted to talk to you briefly.
We were not able to really regroup very quickly. Now we can do that on a real-time basis. So now my operators are complaining because they say they're working too hard. Where, I always had the issue whenever I met with my caller ride team, I'm saying, I'm out there, I see these vans and I see there's only one person on that van. Okay. Our average was about close to 3 at one point, and now it's kind of like at 5, and they're saying too much, too much. You got to cut back. So we're really getting all that together, and this software is helping us to do that. Next slide, please. So the other thing, there are customer benefits that are coming out of this new software. We've got about 100 customers already rolled out. We've had people that were helping us to test the software. It helps. It'll take the pressure off of our phone system because you'll be able to book trips on the software. It's really a very state-of-the-art system, and we look forward to full implementation as we move forward. Next slide, please. There's a question about our transit access center and travel training, which is what we provide basically to our disabled customers, give them an opportunity. We test their abilities against our service capabilities and hopefully assign the best possible service for that particular customer. Again, ADA access is not just Caller Ride, it's our entire system. And we are providing the best service possible to the region when ADA customers can use the component of our system that works better for them. Next slide. Transit Accessibility Advisory Committee that has been established. It's moving forward. We're having meetings. This is the group of 15 volunteers that are helping us work through our service capabilities, providing suggestions, recommendations, helping us to think through better approaches to providing service to the region. So this has been a very successful venture so far. And I think the last slide talks about Transit Worker Appreciation Day, which is March 18th, and we've got some very special things planned for our teams on that day. We appreciate the work that our teams do. They work hard. They're committed to this service to the region, and we want to show them that we appreciate them. Community Connect events again in May 2nd through May 8th, and there's a list of those events. Again, this is where we invite the public, the riding public, to come to meet with us so we can share our story, share our plans, share the new things that we are bringing to the table to better serve the region, and they can also give us feedback on what we're doing. So that concludes my presentation, and I'd be happy to answer any questions anyone may have.
Excuse me. One of the issues that we have for additional update was one, what is the current employee retention rate?
The employee, I did not look that up, but I can give you a vision for that. Okay. So we are, let's say our bus operators, we're trying to maintain, our budget is for 650. In order to maintain that, I got to hire probably about 20 bus operators a month. I'm losing about 15 through attrition every month, whether that, a lot of them are retirement right now. At one point, there were more people just going for other jobs. But we get half at least we lose through retirement. Our average age probably in our bus group is in the mid 50s somewhere. Our average tenure is somewhere about 15 years. So we're having more turnover in that area, but basically because of retirement. So we've got to be very focused on replenishing our ranks continuously. And especially our bus operators, We've had trouble recently with new Metrolink operators, but I've got 10 Metrolink operators in the hopper right now, doing very well with Colorado operators. Still very much in need of mechanics. Again, it's an attrition situation. Most of our mechanics have been here a long time. So we have a lot of retirements right now, but I think I've got about 10 mechanics in the hopper right now as well. I can get you the specific numbers on what our turnover rates are, but it is a continuous problem, much more of a problem during the COVID period. Now it's more natural kind of attrition. And we have to really push it to keep up with that.
Mhm. Another issue or another topic that was on the updates, we've been talking a lot about the not lack of, but a rate increase, no rate increase in over the last 5-10 years. Is there any update on that, or is there something in the hopper to at least address this?
That sounds like a Talby question.
It is, thank you. And my apologies, I started talking and didn't realize it was not on mute before. So sorry about that, everybody. But anyway, sure. So the real key to that, Mr. Chairman, is once we have control of our system. It is correct that we have not had a rate increase in over 15 years at this point, and we would be required to bring a rate increase in front of the public, in front of my own board, and likely all of the surrounding boards as part of the FTA process, reaching out to the public about a potential rate increase. But I think it is due, and one of the big pivot points to that would be that we have SPP fully operating, right? And SPP will not be fully operating with our new Fair Media until January of next year. Now, I expect that we'll need to analyze that data and be sure how it works for probably that very first quarter. So at least the first really 3 months of that. So I would say it's very likely that if we were looking at a rate increase, we would consider discussing that in the public and with this board in the summer of 26. So we are asking everyone to be a little patient because we need to be sure that we have that fundamental financial control. One of our very important legs to funding is obviously fair revenue. We want to build that, but we got to control the system in order to build it. And so we're doing that through SPP and through the new Fair Media. And if we move forward on that, I think that's the way to go.
All right, thank you. Kim, you have a question?
Yes, and just a quick one, Chuck. I know there's service changes set for Monday. Could you tell us what the impact will be on any county routes? Thanks.
I don't think there will be any significant changes to county routes. I do not have the list in front of me of all the changes that will be taking place. But again, I think it's more, let me see. Planned adjustments, 15 routes in Missouri and Illinois. I don't think there's anything significantly different from what we did in December. I think in December we added some night service to some county routes. But I don't have the specifics, Kim, but I'd be happy to provide that to the committee. We have a list, unless Patty has a list in front of her.
I don't, Chuck, but I did send the news release that details every route that is impacted. I sent that to all the commissioners today. So that should be in your mailbox.
Fantastic. Okay.
Thank you. Okay, are there any other questions for Mr. Stewart? Someone's phone is ringing. Okay, security.
Good evening. Lots to talk about, lots to celebrate. So we opened up our Forest Park to Bolivar stop and also our Central West End stop. Those platforms are launched and live. It was really a great day on the 28th. We actually, our ambassadors were out the day before, like I explained last month, and they were there the day of the launch to help educate our transit community. And we reached over 1,100 engagements just in those 2 days. So it was really exciting. Lots of great feedback. People were very excited to see it finally launch because the gates had been there for quite some time. But on the horizon, what we have next, because we're not stopping, progress as promised, we've got Grand. So our Grand location is hopefully going to launch by the end of this month. I'm not going to give you a date just in case the St. Louis weather doesn't cooperate. You never know. But again, we will have ambassadors out the day before and the day of to help with that transition. So please, if you haven't come out to a launch, I urge you to come out and see what one of our launches look like while we have that concluding pack 2. So that means package 2 will be completed. So we are still full steam ahead. We've got package 3 moving forward. The bids have gone out. I cannot publicly announce who has gotten those bids yet, if I'm not correct on that. But we should know within the next, well, the public should know within the next week who got that last bid. So that would be the remainder of all of our platforms. So we're super excited, and I know that our dedicated members, the Secure Platform Planning team, they're already ready to go. So they want to get the first construction meeting on the books and start getting package 3 moving forward. I think that's about all I have, unless someone has some questions about the Secure Platform Plan.
I'd like to add something if I can. I actually got a text from a friend of mine this weekend, and she said, just wanted to say thank you for the new security entrance to the Metro platforms. It is making the Skinker to Bolivar corridor safer. My neighbors were talking about it this morning when we walked to Forest Park. Loitering has drastically minimized. I'll get texts from my friends about MetroLink, okay? So I thought I needed to share that.
Thank you so much, because I tell you what, that's exactly the sentiment that we're finding, because after the launch, obviously I'm out in the community. I continue to be in the community hosting folks in our real-time camera center, and I take them out on the alignment, and lots of people are super excited and super happy that we're doing this. I hear it's about time. Thank you so much. So that's all I have.
Thank you very much. Finance.
Good afternoon. So thank you. I am going to, I will just add that Toby is correct. We hope to have the budget for you next month. So we are working on that, and we hope to be able to present that next month. And then also I have the January financial statements. So just comparing actual to budget. So I'm starting out with revenue. You can see between budget and actual, there's we're behind about 6.7 million. And looking at all the line items, and different ones are down, specifically interest income. And we know that because we have our capital projects moving. And so we're not making interest, but that's a good thing because our projects are moving. But primarily that difference comes from our funding partners. And we believe that's just a timing issue. So generally, after the holidays, we're generally a couple months behind on sales tax. And that's just the way the process works with that coming in from the state and going in through the county. So we expect that that will be on target by the end of the year. So the total amount there is 200 million, approximately 200 million. And then looking at expenses, so the primary line items there that you can see that we are actually running over budget really are about our self-insurance program. So we see it on the wage and benefit line items because that's where we handle our workers' comp, and then there's also some medical expense in there. And so that is about 1.3 behind or over budget. And then also when you look down at the casualty line item, you'll see we're running over about 1.6 million. There's a little bit of this that could be timing that we believe that we're seeing, but overall, we've really been managing our budget, really trying to get where we need to be, because we do know that we are running a little bit behind on budget, both in the passenger revenue area and also in the interest income area. So when you look at total income, we actually are showing that we're positive by about 600,000. So we're really, we're probably in the best spot we could be as of January. And so I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have about our financial statements.
Any questions for Tammy at this point? Okay. Hearing none. Marketing.
Good afternoon. We don't have any major single events marketing wise coming up in the next month or so, but as you heard Missy and Chuck talk about, we do have a lot of things going on at Metro Transit in the next few weeks. Tomorrow we are hosting a tour for SPP and RTCC for the team conference. Chuck told you about Transit Worker Appreciation Day. And the Grand Metrolink station Missy referred to, with the gates going online coming up later this month, hopefully. CMT, the 10 Toes program, is going to get a look at the real-time camera center and take a security tour next month, and we'll be out in Force at St. Louis Earth Day Festival. Chuck told you about the upcoming Community Connect events that we have scheduled in May. Always a great opportunity to connect with our customers and residents in the area. This Friday, as part of a partnership with Citizens for Modern Transit and other partners, you will see ambassadors out on the system and a leprechaun as well. The theme is Transit is a Lucky Charm, and that will let folks know that transit is a good thing. One of the quarterly events that CMT partners with. Looking at our, I'm sorry, there was one more thing that you had asked about, the Adopt a Stop program. The weather is turning nice now, so we can start talking about Adopt a Stop. Winter is not a good time to market that program, but now that the weather's getting nice, we will be sending out a news release, a blog, and doing some social media. Also, we use the Community Connect events to encourage people, to tell people about Adopt a Stop, and to encourage them to sign up. Part of that also is outreach to nearby businesses and residents who are right in the area of some of these bus stops that need to be adopted or available to be adopted. And it is something that we all do together to beautify our communities, because we are in all of the communities around the region, especially in St. Louis County. We have a lot of bus stops. So always opportunities for Adopt a Stop. Looking at our report in your packet, I'll just make a couple of points. Your first page is about the media sentiment. This was a very good month in January for media sentiment. 96% of the media reports were positive or neutral, and that's a really, really good thing. Slightly over 3% was negative. It's not always that good. Sometimes things that are beyond our control. You saw the pages for paid media for hiring events. We're still recruiting mechanics. And community engagement and the news releases that we have sent out are in the back. And as I said earlier, I have sent out another group of news releases that we have sent out in the last couple of weeks. Are there any questions about marketing or communications?
Are there any questions? Hearing none, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
No old business, no new business. This time, the next meeting is April the 14th, 2025 at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. I hope to see everyone there. At this point, do I have a motion for adjournment?
So moved, McKelvey.
Second.
Move properly second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Meeting's adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.